Runsters. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, pag-aaralan natin yung one of the requests of our Runster, okay, which is the propositions. So ngayon, hindi mo natin itutuloy yung ating series on how to be an expert in algebra because of the one request of our Runsters, that yung propositions. What is a propositions? Then, ano ba yung mga connectives kay propositions, and what are the different types of connectives, like that one. Para at least mas maintindihan nila yung pinag-aaralan nila. Okay? So, ngayon, let's start. When we say propositions, it is a declarative statements. Also, hindi lang siya declarative statements. Ito yung tinatawag na can be answered by true or false. So, ito yung definition natin ng propositions. The propositions is a declarative sentence, or the declarative statements can be answered by true or false. So, para mas maintindihan natin siya mas maigi, ngayon, mag-cite tayo ng ilang example. So, number one example, Manila is the capital of the Philippines. So, on proposition, it is a declarative statement, right? Then, can be answered by true or false. So, Manila is the capital of the Philippines, whether it is true or whether it is false. It can be answered by true or false. That's why this statement is a proposition. Okay? So, proposition by means of it is true. Okay? Nakuha? Next thing. Second example. A dog is an animal. So, in this sentence, it is a declarative statement. Right? They declare that the dog is an animal. Also, it can be answered by the true or false, which is by means of true. But how about this one? 5 plus 5 is equal to 15. So, on this one, can we consider a proposition for this statement? Parang sabihin natin, hindi. Kasi 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, hindi naman to 15, right? But it's still considered as a proposition. Tandaan natin, ang proposition is a declarative statement and can be answered by the true or false. So, it is 5 plus 5 equals to 15 is a declarative statement and also can be answered by true or false in the means of false. Right? So, it is considered pa rin as yung mga declarative statement, can be answered by true or false, considered pa rin siya as propositions. Kahit mali yung statement. Okay? Ngayon, pag-aaralan natin, what are the things na hindi considered as a propositions? Let's find out. So, now, tingnan natin what is the difference of the preposition in paano natin masasabi na hindi siya proposition. Okay, so for this example, first example, para masabi natin siyang hindi siya proposition. Kasi when we say proposition again, it is a declarative statement. Okay? Then, aside from it is a declarative statement, it can be answered by true or false. Now, in this example, study your lesson today. Or sabihin natin siyang lagyan natin ng feelings. So, study your lesson today. Like that one. So, hindi natin siya masasabing proposition because it is a command. Nang uutos ka, inuutusan mo. So, hindi siya isang declarative statement. So, hindi natin siya masasabing proposition. Okay? So, second example. Why do I need to study? Ang unang example natin, study your lesson today. Then, it is not a proposition because it is not a declarative statement. It is a command. Second, why do I need to study? So, you're asking a question. It is not a declarative statement because you're asking a question, right? So, still, because you're questioning, it is not a proposition. Okay? So, nakuha yung difference ni ano, yung difference ni proposition pati ni not proposition. When you are commanding, which is there's an exclamation point, and when you are questioning o mayroong mga question mark or nagtatanong ka, hindi natin siya ma-consider as proposition because it is not answerable by true or false. Okay? So, ngayon alam na natin what is a proposition. Ngayon, pag-aralan natin what is a compound proposition. When we say compound proposition, it is a proposition that combines. So, meron ditong sa sentence na yon, merong isa and dalawa at marami pang propositions. Okay? So, for this example, eat your dinner and you will get dessert. So, on this proposition, the first proposition is eat your dinner. And the second proposition is you will get dessert. Okay? And ang tawag natin dito sa letter na to is a connectives. Then, si first statement ay tinatawag natin, minsan sinasubstitute natin siya sa value of P. And sa second statement is U. Then, for the another statement is R, S, hanggang matapos mo yung alphabet. So, ayun. Ang tawag dito sa nagko-connect sa dalawang proposition is connectives. So, meron tayong 5 common connectives, which is first of all is conjunctions. Pag-aralan natin yung compound propositions, then yung different connectives. And the first connectives na makikita natin is yung conjunction. Okay? Yung mga example ng conjunction na connectives is and, but, else, yung mga ganyang conjunction. Alam na natin yung mga conjunctions, di ba? So, yun yung tinatawag nating connective conjunctions. Now, on these connective conjunctions, there sa truth tables na tinatawag natin for conjunction, okay? The truth tables for conjunction. So, it is P, Q, then Q. Yeah. So, our conjunction is denotes by yung parang pa-triangle na to na walang nakakulang sa sides. Okay? So, for this one, we have two statement. So, meron tayong 4 ditong truth values, which is true, false, false. Okay? Then, same din dito. Kung true, false, false to, ito naman, true, false, false. Nakuha? Now, sabihin natin ginamit natin yung conjunction ends. So, if true is true, if you will going to eat your dinner, you will get the dessert. That's true. Okay? Then, if ever na you will eat your dinner, hindi mo makuha yung dessert mo. So, it is negative, right? So, it is false. Now, kung hindi mo kinain yung dinner mo, hindi ka makakuha pa ng dessert. It's still false. And false is false, so automatically false. Okay? So, basically, okay, if conjunction connectives yung hinahanap natin, ito yung pattern. If lahat true, automatic true. If may isang false, kahit sa first or second statement, bahala na, Basta may isang false, automatically false. Then sabi nga natin, pag may isang false, dito naman may isang false pa din. So, false. What if kaya dalawa yung false? Automatically false. Okay? So, that will be the scenario for this one. Next thing is the disjunction. Okay? The next connectives is the disjunction. Next, on this another connectives, the first is conjunction, then kabaliktaran ng conjunction, disjunction. And sometimes it represent or. Okay? So, limbawa, eat your dinner or you will get dessert. Like that one. Okay? So, basically, ang ginagawa lang dito sa mga connectives na to para mas malaman natin yung truth values niya is kabisaduhin mo lang yung truth values niya. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yan? Halimbawa ito. For this one naman, si disjunction, when we do truth values for disjunction, it is P. Okay? Then Q. Okay? Then disjunction denotes ganyan. Sabi nga natin, kabaliktaran niya lang si conjunction, so pa letter V naman yung kay disjunction. Kung baliktad na letter V yung kay conjunction, yung kay disjunction naman is pa letter V. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. True, true, false, false. Next, on Q is true, false, true, false. By the way, if ever na nag true, true, false, false ka na doon nag-umpisa kay P yan kasi for for values lang siya, for elements which is true, true, false, false. Hindi mo pwedeng ulitin na true, true, false, false. So, tagdadalawa ngayon, tag-iisa na lang. True, false, true, false. Okay? So, ayun. If naman kay disjunction is like this one. True, true, automatically true. Okay? True, false, basta kahit saang statement may true, automatically true. Then, dito naman, may true pa rin sa kahit sa anong statement dyan, so automatically true pa din. Then, walang true sa statement, automatically false. Okay? So, kung babaliktarin lang binaliktad lang si disjunction ni conjunction. Okay? Kung si conjunction is kapag may isang false sa statement, automatically false na siya. Pero kay disjunction, pag may isang true sa statement, automatically true pa rin siya. Okay? So, ayun. True and true, true. True and false, may isang true, so true. Si kabila naman, false, true, may isang true, true. Then false, false, walang true, so false. Okay? Nakuha? Question? Okay. So, next is yung tinatawag nating conditional. Next proposition, the third one. Tapos na tayo kay conjunction, disjunction, then conditional. Ngayon, paano naman yung truth values kay conditional? But before that, conditional connectives is like if, then. Yan. Parang ganito. Eat your dinner, then you will get a dessert. Okay? Parang ganyan. So, kung papatuan natin truth values for conditional proposition or conditional connectives, it is like this one. So, same P, Q, then it is like this one. And itong arrow papunta sa right side, it was we call implies. Implies. Yan ang base dyan, implies. So, just like this one, P implies Q. Okay? So, for example pa din, true, true, false, false. So, same as dito, true, false, true, false. So, unconditional connectives is that like this one. So, true, true. So, itong tatandaan nyo dito. True. First statement is true, second statement is true, automatically true. Now, first statement is true, but second statement is false, automatically false. Okay? Second, third one. First statement is false, second statement is true, automatically true. Then first statement is false, second statement is false, automatically true. Okay, so anong pinagkaiba ng conditional connectives? So kay conditional connective, pag dalawang true at pag dalawang false, automatically true. And also pag si second statement is true, automatically true. Hindi mo na kailangan tingnan si first statement. Ang kailangan natin tingnan is si second statement. Pag true si second statement, kahit na mag false pa si first statement, automatically true. Then kaya nag-false lang tayo dito kasi nag-false si second statement even though nag-true si second statement. Okay? So if si second statement nag-false, then nag-true si first statement, automatically false pa rin yan. Dapat mag-true si second statement. Okay? And if dalawang statement nag-true or dalawang statement nag-false, automatically true pa rin yan. Okay? So ito lang pinagkaiba ni conditional kay disjunction pati kay conjunction. Okay? So ang mapapayo ko lang dito guys, para mas mapadali yung tungkol sa proposition sa inyo is that you should memorize the rules of each connectives. Okay? Okay. So, pang-apat ay si bi-conditional. Ang example ni bi-conditional connectives is like if and only if. Yan lang. Isa lang. If and only if. Yun yung pinaka example ni bi-conditional. Kapag gagawa natin ng truth values si bi-conditional, kapag gagawa natin ng truth values, it is P, Q, P, then kabila ang arrow, Q. Okay? Yun yung kanyang symbol. Kung si conjunction yung symbol niya parang triangle na kulang ng sides, then pa-letter B naman si disjunction, then pa-arrow to the right si conditional. Si bi-conditional naman is ito. Okay? So, simple yan. True, true, false, false. True, false, true, false. So, ang basa naman natin dito, if and only if talaga. If statement P, if and only if statement Q. Like that one. Okay? Now, eto naman. If parehas true ang sagot, true. If magkaiba ng if true yung first statement, yung second statement false, ang sagot is false. Magkaiba pa din, kahit na regardless of the statements, false pa din. Then, magkaparehas, true. Okay? Nakuha. So, basically, you need to memorize each rules. Kung matatandaan natin si conjunction, kapag true, true, ang first statement true, second statement true, automatic, true. Pero kapag may false sa kahit sa statement, automatic false na. Okay? Then, kay kay disjunction, kung parehas true, true. Then, if ever na may sa statement may isang true, automatic true pa rin yan. Then if walang true sa statement, pag disjunction yan, automatically false na. Okay? Then kay conditional naman, if parehas true, it's same as true. But if ever na ang false is nasa first statement, okay, then second statement is true, automatically true pa rin yan. But if the second statement naman yung mag-false, let's say first statement yung mag-true, automatically false pa rin yan. Kailangan si second statement yung mag-true kahit si second statement yung mag-false. Okay? Then lastly, if parehas false, automatically true pa rin yan. Okay? And this one, on bi-conditional, if parehas true, automatic true. Pero if may false sa kahit saang statement, automatic false. But if dalawang false, automatic true. Yun lang yung kailangan nyo tandaan. Okay? Then lastly is yung negation. On negation, eto lang yung ang niya is paganyan, ang pwede niyang or minsan paganto. Ganyan, or paganyan yung kanyang sign. So, madali lang siya. If si P, si truth values P, tapos Q, madali lang siya. True, true, false, false. Then, true, false, true, false. So, kapag gagawin natin siyang negation, ito siya. Halimbawa, first negation muna tayo. Ang first negation natin ay si negation of P. Then si negation of Q. So, tatanggalin muna natin to kasi negation of P lang tayo. Titingnan natin si P. Ang kabaliktaran nito is false. So, false. Ang kabaliktaran nito false. Then, kabaliktaran ng dalawang false, true, true. Ngayon, si negation of Q ang gawin natin. So, ang kabaliktaran ni true, false. Kabaliktaran ni false, true. Then, false, true. Ganun lang siya. Okay? So, mag-cite tayo ng isang example. So, for this example, okay, para mas maintindihan natin kung ano yung mga set of rules na sinasabi natin kanina, is that, ito, P implies to the P disjunction Q. Okay? So, kung mapapansin natin, una natin gagawin sa truth tables is automatic yung P and Q. So, P, then Q. Okay? So, true, false, false. Then, dito naman, true, false, true, false. Okay? Now, next thing na gagawin natin is tapos na tayo kay P and Q, yung mismong values niya. Ngayon, gawin natin tong si disjunction, which is P, then B, then Q. So, sabi natin, if true, true, ano yung pag disjunction? True. Tama? Next, if true, false, pag disjunction, basta may isang true, automatic, true. Next, kapag may isang true, automatic, true. Okay? Then, kapag may walang true, true, false, automatic, false. Yan si disjunction. Next, yung susunod natin gagawin. So, natapos na natin to, may P na tayo, may Q na tayo. So, wala na lang tayo yung P implies to disjunction. Tama? So, P implies to disjunction of P and Q. Now, paano natin ito gagawin? Kung mapapansin nyo, si P, eto si P, values ni P, then si P, then disjunction Q, eto siya. So, hindi natin siya papakalaman dito si Q. Ang titingnan lang natin is si P and P disjunction Q. Okay? So, paano to? Paano yung sa ano natin, sa conditional? If parehas true, parehas silang true, so equivalent is true. Okay? Then, true, true, so another true. Okay? Tama? Now, false, true, automatically true. Tama? Kasi sabi natin pag conditional, basta yung true na sa second statement, which is yung second statement ay si P disjunction Q, which is true, automatically true sa second statement. Dahil true sa second statement, true yung ating sagot. Right? For our conditional connectives. Then, false, false, automatically true. Okay? Question. So, any question so far? So, kung wala na, so, yun yung tinatawag nating proposition and how to find the value or the truth tables for the propositions. Okay? So, if hindi ka pa nakasubscribe sa channel ko, just click the subscribe button below. Then, if may request kayong topic na gusto nyo pag-aralan on mathematics para mas mapadali kayo, just tell me lang sa comment section or you can PM me sa aking Facebook account so that mapaghandaan natin and mapag-aralan natin. Okay? And then, don't forget to like this video and to share sa iba para mas mapadali yung pagsagot nila ng proposition. Basta ang pinaka main concern lang dito sa proposition is to memorize the rules for the conjunction, disjunction, conditionals, and bi-conditionals. And then hindi kayo ma-lilito. So, wala na question guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!